R&B with that fire, baby. R&B with that fire, baby.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, man. How y'all doing out there, man? Oh, man, for some people, I'm pretty sure they're having a great day. They might be underneath a rock, but for other people, they are sad. They are confused. Absolutely, devastated. So, today is July 7th. Tuesday, July 7th. This is DJ Epps, yours truly, out of Miami with Let These Motherfuckers Know vlog for you and yours. I hope you're having a great day, man, or great morning, whichever or. All right. Today, we're probably going to spend most of the time talking about the situation that's out right now with the, young boy, the 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells that was out with his friends and end up being missing. And man, listen, man, I'm sure you got questions, I got questions, so let's just all talk right quick. Let's just conversate. First things first, I have a handsome, young man. He go by the name of DJ Zay, aka Isaiah. And as he's growing up, he's learning. He's learning. I'm happy to know that his head is straight. He's focused. And he's going down the right path. Now, has my son made mistakes and made a wrong turn? Yes, he has. He has. You know what I mean? And so did I when I was young. Right? But, as long as you, learn from your mistakes, you be careful where you go, you be careful with your surroundings, who you hang out with, you should be all right. Sometimes my son be like, yo, Pops, I don't even feel like going out. I'm like, well, listen, I understand how you feel and what you see and what you probably been through, but doesn't mean that you can't step out and go, be outside, as they say, right? So you gotta talk to these kids, man. One thing I tell them, you ain't gonna be up in this house playing Fortnite or whatever you playing up there, up on that PS5. So, I had to tell him, I'm like, yo, it's all right to go out, man. You just got to know who you going out with. All right? And where you going? Sometimes he'll be like, yo, I'm going with my boy Chris, which, the boys that he hang out with, they family. They like family with us. You know what I mean? And I'm okay with that. But it does scare me sometimes when he says he's going to South Beach. It does scare me sometimes when he's going over there to the east side and hang out, doing South Beach stuff. Back in our days when we would go on South Beach, Fire Vibes, what up, man? Fire Vibes probably could tell you when we would go to South Beach back in the days, us guys, we were looking for women, you know what I mean? And we probably go smoke a little bit, drink a little bit, go to the club, sneak into the club. You know what I mean? Most of these girls would have fake IDs. You know what I mean? We would go and get into some, what I like to call it, honest bad behavior. You know what I mean? Over there on South Beach. But nowadays, when he said he's going to South Beach with his friends, it makes me a little nervous. So, but I have to let him go explore and go. You know what I mean? I can't keep Isaiah, DJ Zay out here. You know what I mean? Indoors, locked up. Chrissy, how you doing, beautiful? Happy belated, Chrissy. So it scares me. Even when he says he's going to a house party, and the house party happens to be in a neighborhood that I'm not too fond of. It, you know, it makes me nervous. You know what I mean? But I gotta let, DJ Zay, Isaiah, my son, go out and explore and open up and everything. But I teach them, the minute you see something, get out the way, move out the way, or get up out of there. You know what I mean? Um, so, going back to this situation, with this young man, Nolan Xavier Wells, 18 years old. Um, Man, he was a receiver at Southwest Mississippi Community College and Ocean Spring High School football. And the man, from my understanding, is well spoken man, humble, very good guy. I want to ask you guys, what do you think possibly happened? What do you think? What went wrong? Where did he go wrong, or where did his friends go wrong? I have a lot of questions. So I heard the story. At first I heard the story and I looked at the situation. I looked at the pictures. I looked at everybody's comment about, you shouldn't be going out with your, these type of friends or these type of color friends. I seen it all. You know what I mean? And I get it. I understand it. I get it. I ask you guys, what do you think went wrong? I ask you guys, was he with the right people? I don't understand how the man's phone came back to the parents, but he didn't. It was just mind bothering me. Like I looked at Isaiah, I'm like, yo, man, if something like this were to ever happen to you, I don't know what I'll do. Like, I'm sorry. I remember one parent was on the gram was saying, I'm sorry, my kid dead, all of y'all other people are gone. I'm like, ooh, I'm not too sure if that's the answer, but I understand the frustration. You know what I mean? Do we blame the parents for allowing that to happen? You know what I mean? Excuse my thought process, but, I saw a lot of pictures from him. A lot of pictures from him. And not one black friend was around. It was all white friends. And listen, I'm not judging. I'm not judging. But what happened? Kashmir, you think people get comfortable with certain people? I do believe that because once upon a time I got comfortable with certain friends and I thought they were my friends and they were just certainly not my friends. And I did get comfortable. When I say comfortable, probably over 20 years comfortable. And then to later on find out those are not your friends. You know what I mean? So was he too comfortable? Like, you should have seen all them pictures. I did not see not one black friend. I'm like, yo, homeboy, do you have any hood nigga friends? I'm gonna be honest. I saw, excuse my language. You know what I mean? Was this Carlton at the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? And you know what I mean? I don't know what to like. Oh man, if the environment is known racist places to go, it's a no. It's a no-go. Places like Mississippi, Alabama, DJ Epps getting up and going out there, yeah, it might be a no. Like, whether I'm gonna go on a vacation or I'm going to go DJ, I'm gonna go have to hire a security guard. I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy. I hate to say it, the children today are so quick to call someone they just met friends. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I absolutely think that. Me, at my age, I don't call nobody friends. Do I call him an associate? Do I call him, um, that's my DJ guy right there? Yeah, you know what I mean? That's my, you know what I mean? But, I live in a bubble where it's hard for me to um, get comfortable, as we was just talking, with certain people, certain squads, certain cliques, certain friends. You know what I mean? You have to earn the friend title. Yes, Kashmir, I agree. And it takes years, a lot of years. But what do you think happened? I saw another video where I'm hearing them arguing, and it also sound like, his friends was kind of like teasing him on some punk shit, knowing the man can't swim or doesn't like to swim or whatever the case was. I didn't like the sound of it. I didn't like the sound of it. Have you ever, when you was young, have you ever like had a group of your friends, I guess, and they teasing you? Come on, nigga, you can swim. Come on, man, stop playing. Stop being a punk. Stop. That's what I heard. You know what I mean? And I didn't like that. If the man didn't want to do it, why you doing that, man? Cashmere, you think they clipped him? Hmm. You know what I think? I think I think all his friends was jealous of him in every way. I think all three of them boys that was in the picture with him was somewhat jealous of him in some way. I think they jealous of him. He's a good athlete. He probably has, you know, awesome grades, grade A student, you know what I mean? Got some offers in the future for him. Probably pulls girl. He's a handsome young man. He probably pulls all the girls. All the girls probably want to be with him. They probably all talking about him. They probably cheering for him in the field. I think all his friends was jealous of him. And I'm sorry. We live in a world where envy, jealous one envy, Jose, is still relevant. It's still part of life till this day. I think all his friends was jealous of him. Fire vibes, you think it could have been a prank? Playing dangerous games gone wrong? Possibly. Possibly. I possibly think so. I possibly think that possibly could be a factor in that situation. His friends returned home. Nolan did not. That's mind bothering right there. And you know, in our community, they man, every other post I seen was highly upset. at the situation. Like, how ironic it's him. How ironic it's him. I do think something went wrong, a mistake went wrong, um, and I think the rest of the gang was too much of a punk to try to save it and fix it. That's what I think. You're not in no ordinary regular swimming pool. You're inside of a, you know what I mean? And where is it gonna go next? Like, what's about to happen when when they get to the courthouse, when they get to the, you know, like this cannot be swept underneath the rug. If I'm correct, I think the other situation with that lady, whatever, they went out camping or whatever with her other friends, and she end up missing. That was swept underneath the rug, from my understanding. If I'm correct, this cannot be swept underneath the rug. Now, here's my problem. I heard one of the parents of those kids are a judge, is a judge. This Chevy baby, what's up, T? Oh, so y'all underneath a rock, guys. Okay, so if you don't know, man, three gentlemen, excuse me, four gentlemen went out to Mississippi and or Alabama. Where did they go? I forgot. They went out on vacation. They went out in the water and the lake, and you know what I mean. Three white boys, one black boy, one black male. You know what I mean? And the black male, Nolan Xavier Wells, 18 years old, a wide receiver from Mississippi Community College, didn't come back. End up missing. You know what I mean? Yeah, the world is cruel. So we're trying to figure out what happened. How them three boys come back and Nolan didn't? How them three boys come back with Nolan's phone and not Nolan? Nolan's mom, devastated. Devastated. And they don't know the cause of the death yet. And we all waiting. So T, the question is, do them boys know something? I think they know something. I think they know exactly what happened. I think they fucked up. I think they're not coming forward with what really happened. Wendy, right? They know something. They know something. This is not cool. So, the parents of the three Caucasian gentlemen, Wendy, you said the parents are going to stand together. Hmm. I believe that. I said it. I think one of the parents is a judge. How is this going to play out? How is this going to play out? So going back to what, and I don't want to talk on no racist stuff right now, you know what I mean? But a lot of people on the gram, social media is saying you cannot let your son go hanging out with three, four, five white kids and he's the only black kid. What's your thought on that? Some people are just saying, hey, excuse me, some black folks are saying, yo, you lost our trust. We don't trust you no more. What do you think? Oh man. I hope they get to the bottom of this immediately. Because I said it a little while ago. This cannot be brushed underneath the rug. It's too obvious. Something happened. Do you think the man drowned? Do you think the man drowned and they didn't go save him? Miss Babs, you think so? Hmm. Okay. So if, let's say, we found out this young man died in the water and the three kids did nothing about it. It's not like, let's say, the kids did not push him. They didn't, you know, they didn't purposely drown him. They just didn't save him. What do you think is going to play out? If they didn't jump in and save him, what do you think? What happened? Yeah. Life back in the days, black sincerely helping black. Mm-hmm. Yep. No matter what color, friends jump in and help. Absolutely. 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 Kickback BB was popping. Yeah. If you didn't participate to go save, you should be held accountable. A lot of questions gonna be asked, like, what was the purpose for the trip? Who rented the boat? What, why that lake? Why that area? You know what I mean? We're just gonna have to wait and find out, and I hope justice um, is served. I hope the parents to that kid get the information they need to know. So before I close this up, man, I'm just gonna say this, man. If you have any kids, Find My Phone app. You know what I mean? Communications at all times. You know what I mean? Um, you know, sleepovers. My little 10-year-old, she wanna go have a sleepover with her little friends. It's a hard no for me, and I get the puppy face, man. You know. But you have to be careful on these decisions you're making with these kids as parents. Ankle bracelets with cameras is next. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. Air tags. You know, my daughter recently went on a school trip. You know, went to, a water park and everything out to Orlando. Was I scared? It was a nerve wrack. Like, you know what I mean? We had to get the Apple tag, you know what I mean? Like, because it was our first to let our daughter just go to a school trip like that, you know what I mean? It's scary, so you have to be careful at all times. My wife. My wife is a hard sleeper. You know what I mean? And sometimes she'll go knock out before the kids. And I'm probably out, performing, whatever the case is, man. I'm like, yo, dude, I know you're a hard sleeper, but you gotta have your antennas up while you're sleeping. When I'm sleeping, if I hear any pin drop in the house, that's just me. I don't know if this is just the daddy in me, the husband in me, the man of the house in me. It's just me. Like, everybody, put your antennas up at all time. Watch them kids. Talk to them kids. Make sure they're in the right place, right environment. Be careful. I saw some kid ran up to the ice cream man, and the ice cream man say, "Hey, come inside the truck. You want to make some ice cream?" And the kid actually went in the truck. Like, be careful. Be careful. And it's not just kids. Grown-ups too. Women, wives. All right? You see a note on your windshield wiper? Leave the note there till you get home. Don't come out the car to take the note out. Like, leave the note there. Like, it's, you know what I mean? The gas pump. Watch out. They trying to find all types of ways to capture, to rape, to get you. Get your kids. So please be careful out there. Wendy, I know you got my back. BB, that must be horrified. On stage? All right, guys, let me go continue my day. I'm about to get ready to go to Germany this weekend, Augsburg, so I got to prepare, a lot of things. You know what I mean? So, you know what it is. I hope you have a great day. Great talking to you. Let's stay in tune. Let's keep in tune. Keep our antennas up. All right? And y'all have a great day, man. It's your boy DJ Epps, daily. Let these daily vlog going out. You know what I mean? Peace.
I will be with the fire, baby.